Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, Attention and ADHD coach Jeff Copper, and I'm here today with ADHD Parenting Tip. Often, as parents, when our children or adolescents are doing something that's not necessarily appropriate or they continue to do it, it's often kind of customary to either reward them with some sugar or punish them with some salt, if you will. And often an ADHD parent will maybe ground their child or take certain things away, etc. And one of the challenges that I found as a parent, and I think is very common, is if you are imposing some type of a penalty, you need to pause for a moment and say, is this something that the family can live with? Because when you are actually imposing some type of a penalty on the child, you're actually imposing that penalty on the entire family. So let's say hypothetically that you're going to ground your child. And by the way, I'm not advocating this, I'm just using this as an example, is if you're going to ground your child and they're not to, participate in certain things, if the family goes and participates in those and you go with them, it's a little bit inconsistency in terms of that punishment. And it can be a real challenge. Because after all, if you're going to do such things that are going to reward or punish behavior, that's a form of behavioral therapy, which I won't go into the details a lot, but the point really is consistency is really kind of the key. And I've had lots of videos where I always like to turn the tables on the parents because just like ADD, it requires a level of self-regulation, and imposing what I've just described requires a level of self-regulation. ADD is self-regulation, and think of it as you have that automatic brain, that automatic response, and then you have the executive functioning brain that kicks in, that overrides it. That's really kind of where ADHD lives. And often when we're imposing punishment or something like that, it's an emotional reaction, an attention type reaction, and as a parent you really got to pause and you got to think about what you're doing and ponder it before you proceed and say, is this something that I'm going to impose, and can the family live with it? And I mean the entire family. So you actually get to experience what it's like to manage your self-regulation just like those with ADHD. So small tip, hope that you find it helpful. If you like this video or you're just interested in tips with regard to ADHD, we encourage you to subscribe to Attention Talk Video at the button below. We hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care.